And I want to thank you so much for all of your support. We have an opportunity in this race, in the most highly contested congressional race in the nation, to say something to the rest of the country about the kind of Congress that we want, about the kind of member of Congress that we want. Someone who is wedded to improving the quality of our public schools, the quality of our neighborhoods, somebody who knows how to work with those on the other side of the aisle, who can deal with each other in a civil fashion, who doesn't lose sight of what this great country is about, who can help us bring resources to our schools for better textbooks, for smaller class sizes, who will fight for a real patient bill of rights and not against the patient bill of rights, who will fight for campaign finance reform like McCain-Feingold, not against campaign finance reform, who respects a woman's right to choose and doesn't compare it to the genocide, a Holocaust, or the Ku Klux Klan. Someone, in short, who represents this community, someone who represents the values of this country, someone who will change the dynamic in Congress so that we have people with a commitment to working together to confront the challenges we face. That's the chance we have in this race. People started watching this race a year ago because of the impeachment. They've continued watching this race because it says something more. It says something about the changing nature of this country. It says something about the changing nature of what we would like to see in Congress. A different kind of a member of Congress. One that remembers the contract that we have with future generations that we will pass on just as much as we inherited. One that will get away from the description that's been applied to my generation and can equally be applied to this Congress, the me generation. Never mind those who went before and whether they can afford prescription drugs. Never mind those who come after and whether they have a decent public school to go to. Let's just worry about ourselves. That seems to be the ethic of this Congress and this congressman. But on November 7th, we're going to change that ethic. We're going to begin it in this district. We're going to change Congress one member at a time. It starts right here. Thank you, and God bless.
Let them know this. We deserve to have an intelligent president. We deserve to have a president that's right on the issues. We deserve to have a president who doesn't just say things, but means things. And we need to know that we're going to do everything that we can. And in California, it looks very good. And the governor, my husband, spoke with the president yesterday, and the president is going to come to California and campaign.
People always ask me, well, you know, what's it like to have run against someone like Bob Dornan? It was hell. I remember the first day that, I'm an investment banker by profession. I had my own business down in Orange County. I was running around. I was getting a few things done. I had a little bit of spare time, and I went to my mom, and I said, Mom, what should I do with my spare time? And she said, you've got to go back and help those schools where you graduated because, kids need help. And just like people gave you help, you need to give back. So I went back to the old junior high that I used to go to school at, and I started these programs, summer school programs with computers, and I was getting to about 20 kids. And I really wanted to get all 20,000 of the kids in the school district because I was raising money for that and everything. And so I went to the school board, and the school board wouldn't listen to me. And then I went to the city council, and the city council, didn't know what was going on. And I went to see my assembly member. My assembly member, practically just nodded off while I was talking to him. And then I went to see my Congress member, and it was Bob Dornan, and he wouldn't even meet with me. So I went home and I said to my husband, I'm going to run for Congress. And he said, whatever. He's a good husband, whatever. Everybody was working really hard. Even my husband was walking, every day. When he got off of work, if we didn't have, if I didn't have a debate or anything, we'd go walking together. And he'd walk on one side of the street, and I would walk the other. And, he wasn't as good as I was, but, he'd knock. And so my wife is running for Congress, here, take it. And so we would go door to door. And he's shy. And there were days when I had to go and I had to do debates or something like that, so he would walk by himself. Every day until it got dark, he would be out walking because, you don't want to be in parts of my district after dark. But one day, I came home. It was about half an hour before it got dark. And there sat Stephen on the couch with the clicker. And I looked at him, I said, you're supposed to be walking. He said, I know, but I've been walking for almost a year and every day, and I've done it every day, and I just got a little tired, and I thought I would just come home and relax for half an hour. And I said to him, you know, if I lose by 12 votes, those are going to be the 12 votes you could have walked in this half hour. Now when I go home and I'm in my own district and people stop me, real humble people, and they tell me, Loretta, I voted for you. And then they say something very interesting. They say, I was one of those 984 voters. Not all the other hundreds of thousands, but the votes that counted. And you know, they're right. Even my husband, you know, when I start getting mad at him about something, he just says, whoa, whoa, you stop right there. He says, those 984 votes, I got those for you.